Rise and shine. Good morning. Good morning. It is day two of this series slash 9 days until Pupillage Gateway closes. And currently, right now, I premiered the video for yesterday's video. I just need to make the thumbnail, and I'm trying to do that now as quickly as I can. Also, notice that my whenever I record on my iPhone, it's so slow to transfer it to my MacBook, so that's not really fun. But it is what it is. We are moving forward. I have an hour and 50 minutes until my class starts, so we're gonna wrap this up real quick, okay? I'm gonna do like a time lapse for you. Yeah, let's do that. I'm actually running late, and it's like 10:20, and I have to be there 11:15, which you'd think you have time for, but I need to get my coffee, and I don't have my coffee yet. I am not dressed formally, but that's fine, right? That's fine. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyway, and I want something healthy for breakfast, and I don't know why I do this to myself. I woke up at like 7, and I'm still running. Tell me about it. I've gotten a sandwich that I think they prepare and store in Waitrose. So I'm gonna try that. It's a vegetarian one, so I'm curious. But yeah. Hi. I'm currently in the basement of BBP, and I just had basically like lunch and dinner. I got salad from Waitrose, so shout out to Waitrose, as well as chicken select from McDonald's. So like, cause I need to be a bit more healthy. Also got pineapple, and now I've bought French dressing. So I've had an idea whereby I actually bring salad to school, in order to be healthier. It's cheaper as well, stuff like that. I spent like £15 just on this, so this is a lot. Um, Today our class got cancelled on the very last minute, but you know what? It is what it is. Things happen. So I spent majority of the day doing pupillage applications, and now I have to summarize a recent appellate judgment, and it's it's not hard to summarize it. It's just hard to choose the right judgment. So I'm in the process of doing that. I chose it, and I think it's the correct one. I mean, it's not a case done by the chambers I'm applying to, but it's very relevant to like one of the main um, practice areas that they do. So there's that. This is basically like a graveyard of lockers. So yeah. So I'm gonna go. What time is it, Johnley? Ask me what time it is. Ask me what time it is. It's 12:42 a.m. Literally. So welcome to 9 days until Pupillage Gateway. I just had a lovely catch up with my friend all the way down in Falkland Islands. So my BFF right there. Shout out to you and your penguins. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing bien. Right. So a lot of things happened today. We went to class and it was cancelled literally 5 minutes after the class started because our teacher couldn't come. I mean, I get it. Maybe it was a train strikes. Maybe he had a personal uh commitment or something happened. Pray for you, sending loves and stuff like that. But um hopefully everything goes well. So I spent basically the rest of the day doing applications, and you know what? I was able to answer one question for that the whole day. One question, yeah, and it was mainly I skipped. You know what I hear about pupillage applications, and it's just because it's so hard to answer. You know, it's even this question is harder to answer than the question what makes you a good barrister, or why do you want to be a good barrister? It's harder than that question alone, and it is why this chamber. I mean, you know, it's so easy to write like, just let me in, because at this rate, I'm willing to be accepted by everyone. But that is not the answer that you need to write. The answer that you need to write is actually, you need to show a bit of research. You need to show that you have a bit of interest, and you need to show that you know what they do. Because if you go apply for the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, and then you say, I want to defend the people. Oh, that's not... No. So you need to know, for example, if they claimant heavy, defendant heavy, or if it's more of a mix, what type of law they go into, because they might say, oh, we practice civil, criminal, immigration, public, media, and then you actually do a thorough research, you dig in slightly, and then you find out there's only one barrister who does media law, but you're really interested in media. So what now? So you need to dig a bit deeper. And also, just because it says immigration doesn't mean they do all types of immigration. It doesn't mean they do business immigration. They might just be doing, for example, like Article 8. Or they might not even do asylum cases. So you need to dig a bit deeper and see where it goes. And sometimes you might not even... you might find out types of law that you never have encountered before. For example, the Court of Protection, or shipping law, or I mean, some of you have done tax law. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm out here complaining about it, but eventually when I become a judge, I will have to do tax law. So there's that. But one of the highlights today is that, first of all, I've got enough stamps to get a free copy next time. Yeah, I know people are gagging too, so we're all happy. And second of all, because of a recent doctor trip, I have started to eat more salads, and actually I enjoy salads if I have a slight meat next to it. So for example, today I got a salad box from Waitrose, expensive, and I also got French dressing. Yeah, compliments to the chef on that one. Yeah, she really cooked up on that one. And then I went to McDonald's to get a 5-piece chicken select. In hindsight, I could have easily settled for 4 pieces of chicken nuggets. Now, I don't need those big ass chicken selects. I could have settled for 4 small chicken nuggets. And I had pineapple. And it actually weren't that bad, because sometimes I have a fear of eating fruits, because it's not like a big fear stuff like it's more of an inconvenience, because when I eat them, sometimes they leave like slight tingly feeling like around my... I don't know what that's called, like at the top of your mouth, and essentially it's like, oh, I feel like it's because you haven't had a lot of these type of proteins, or type of these, I want to say amylase. I'm wrong. Fructose, I don't know, in my mouth for a long time, or in my body, and that's what my body needs. I need my nutrients. And in this family, we eat a lot of meat. In fact, maybe we only eat exclusively meat and rice. So there's that. Another thing that I discovered today is that I have so much energy, so much motivation to go to the gym after I study. And I was talking about my friend about this. I was talking to my friend about this, and essentially, it's because I sit down for like 6-7 hours straight, just typing away on my computer or learning about new law, and have so much pent up energy that I want to exert it physically. And at this rate, I could run from Holborn to where I live and that would take me 2 hours to walk. If I didn't have my trolley and I had like gear, it was the perfect weather to run. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was around 12 degrees. Not too hot, but not too cold for you to run in. And I wouldn't mind running through rush hour because I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going home. I'm just running to get home. So what now? I think I'm trying to be a bit more animated because I need to get this out of my system before I have submission advocacy in like 3 days time. It's Thursday, yeah. What else? What else do I want to talk to you guys about today? Oh yeah, so the question that I was answering in my pupillage application is basically identify a recent appellate case that you think identify a recent appellate case, summarize it, and tell us why it's important in 400 words. So obviously you have to, how I structured it is obviously case name, 1 sentence introduction, and then facts, and then the legal and social significance. And what I talked about was I think it's the case of McCullough in the Supreme Court's, I want to say 2022 or 2020. I can't remember. But when you're choosing appellate case and stuff like that, first of all, find out that it's in the appellate courts. And I was going to choose something else that I found highly interesting, but it was just an application for an intermediary. So it's like a high court case. And they didn't even have an appeal. It's not even an appeal. It's just straight to high court. And also, yes, the Supreme Court is an appellate case. It's the final appellate court. So, claps! I found that such a stupid question from myself, but it is what it is. It's fine. We get it. I do me. It's fine. So, I was reading McCullough, and it's basically, when I read it, I was like, this is such a common sense law. And it's been in practice for like, I'd say generations, even since the conception of doctors, the idea of doctors, stuff like that. Like, let's say Roman era. Like, this could be someone's Roman Empire, well and truly. And essentially, it's... Okay, so let me summarize the facts. So, Mr. McCullough went to the ER, I think it's called Fort Valley Hospital, somewhere in Scotland, and he was there. He initially showed like symptoms of perioditis, basically inflammation next to the heart or close to the heart. So he was admitted, but after I think it was like around less than a week, he was discharged because after a couple of tests and echogram and stuff like that, they found out that he actually wasn't showing clear symptoms of said disease. I think it's a disease. And also, like, when he was asked, like, oh, do you have like chest pains and stuff like that, he'll be like, no, I'm good. So he was released. Less than a week later, he was readmitted and then released again. And the day after he was released for the second time, he suffered cardiac arrest and died. So, the question is, should the doctor have prescribed Mr. McCullough, I think that's how you say his name, Mr. McCullough, NSAIDs, which is basically like ibuprofen. So non-stereo. Oh, I can't even remember, man. It's literally nighttime and I still have to edit this. And anyway, so the question was, should they have prescribed the ibuprofen? And essentially, establishing Montgomery, Bolam, and Hunter, and I think it was Hunter and Hadwell or Hadley, Hunter and Haley in Scotland. The Supreme Court reaffirmed like it's basically a test saying like, if it's not a reasonable treatment, then you shouldn't mention it to your patient. Like, why do you need to say like all the possible treatments if they're not going to be a reasonable one for your patient. And at that time, because he wasn't showing like symptoms and stuff like that, just discharging him with like over-the-counter medicine was fine. And so that's what the court did. And this the chamber that I was applying to, they do a lot of like clinical negligence as well. So this is like well within the alley. It was unfortunate that this like quote unquote seismic judgment wasn't the seismic like case wasn't a case that they done. Otherwise I would have written it. I mean, for example, like if you're applying to like landmark chambers, every planning case practically involves them, so you're good on that. Chances are you're probably gonna get like a big decision that you have to summarize, and it's gonna be the chamber that you're applying for if you're doing landmark and planning. So, or public as well, they do really well. Like, I wish that was an advertisement, but no. So yeah, anyway, the social significance, I was saying, is like, what, this is actually so ripe right now, especially the fact that one of the 6 reasons in the Supreme Court that they gave was doctors need to avoid like bombarding information to patients. And nowadays you have so many like pseudoscience and like self-proclaimed practitioners, medical practitioners on like social media, like TikTok and stuff like that would advise you, like, if you're sick or if you want to clean your gut, you need to do this and that and whatever, or get this prescription and stuff like that. This is a bit more prevalent in the US, where they can freely advertise medication. Not so much here in the UK, because we prohibit the advertisement of medication. But either way, like, word gets around like in a very like close knit like internet online community that we're developing over the years. Like, if we don't crack down on misinformation, like having online laws, online legislation, or like precise legislation to crack down on online misinformation, there is a appetite brewing for a more litigious health skeptics out there in the future. So I thought I ate with that. If you are a barrister, or if you are in, HR, please write down in the comments whether if you think I'm right or wrong. Because if I don't get pupillage this year, next year, your comments will be very valuable. So let's do something about that. Let's get me a pupillage. Thank you very much. So yeah, there's gonna be more tips and tricks and stuff like that I want to share with you guys, but I want to do it in a very well written video, and not just like, hey, let's have a chill and stuff like that. I want it to be well polished, so that you can get straight to it and you get clear, precise information, and you don't have to like listen through me blabbing on for like 15 minutes and stuff like that. So I will do that. I think I discussed this yesterday, but I will do that after Pupillage Gateway, because as soon as after Pupillage Gateway comes, I have 2 competitions that I need to organize, and boy, as Beyonce said, the famous philosopher, you must not know about me, because I think I ate with this one. Like, I only didn't eat. I not only ate once, I ate twice. When these competitions come to fruition and they become successful, I will run my mouth to the hill and back. Yeah. These are my babies. When my children see this in the future, you need to remember, first and foremost, these competitions were my babies. And then I had you. Humble yourself, king and queen. Yeah. So that's all I have for today. I need to edit this, and it's nearly 1 a.m. So good night. See you guys tomorrow for 8 days left until Pupillage Gateway. Oh, tomorrow's gonna be fun, because I'm gonna go meet my mentor, and he can give me information and break down like what I'm like missing and stuff like that with my applications. Because like my friend said, I think I'm gonna submit this weekend and not think about it for the last 3 days. Like, I don't want to leave it that late, but also at the same time, I only have like some applications, so I leave it up to God. Honestly, Jesus, take the wheel. And honestly, I do need to do more and spend time more with him and stuff like that. So, It's important things, guys. If you're spiritual, remember, it's not just the physical battles that we're fighting. There's also spiritual warfare among us. And they are the ones behind stuff that we can't fathom or we can't understand in the physical realm. So don't catch hands physically or spiritually. All right. Good night. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe. Yada, yada, yada. Thank you. I was going to say thank you, Nikki, but don't catch me like that.